What's going on, guys? It's Wednesday night, and yes, it is that time of year. It's December, it's Christmas time, and Santa's elves are hard at work down here in Ringgold, Georgia. The last week has been extremely busy for us. Black Friday sale, this always happens. We sell a lot of stuff, takes us a while to get caught up. But one thing that I can say is I've got some of the best customers that exist, and that's you guys. And I really appreciate you. I'm really glad that you all took advantage of some excellent deals last week and over the weekend. But unfortunately, it was better than we expected, which is a good thing. It's awesome. We thank you guys for the business. But what it means is we're a little bit behind now. Got quite a lot of orders to go out to make things a little bit worse. We get boxes that we ship out of. We get boxes, every week or so. Sometimes we get 2 or 3 box shipments per week. Our box supplier is right down the road, so we order today. The boxes are here tomorrow, so we kind of have this system. Well, we didn't account for the fact that the truck line they use was not going to run last Friday, so we ran out of boxes. So I see some of the comments in the chat already about some people receiving theirs and some people not receiving theirs. It's been a big mess. If you and your buddy both ordered from us and you ordered first and he got his first, it's probably because we had a box for his order and we had to wait till Monday to get a box for yours. We're doing the best we can. We appreciate it. Sorry for the delays. We are trying our best, fingers crossed, to get everything out the door before this coming weekend. But as always, we'll do our best, and we will try to keep you all updated on what's going on. If I don't get your stuff shipped out by the weekend, I'm probably sending out an email Friday, just letting you know what the situation is. So, yeah, that's that. We got a lot of good stuff tonight. Got a great show planned. Show and tell is always a fun time. So we'll see what we've got later on. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides full of pictures. I don't know, about 20 or 25 slides or frames per slide, I guess. I don't know, whatever. We'll find out in a little while, won't we? Let me jump over here in the chat real quick and see who's with us tonight. Danny, it's good to see you tonight, buddy. And I've got your pictures queued up for the show and tell here in a little while. And I particularly like the hot sauce sitting on your shelf. That's good stuff. You can't ever have enough of that just laying around. I noticed that your bottle is empty, so that means it must have been good. It's good to see you tonight. Joseph, how are you, buddy? And David's with us tonight. And looks like you're waiting on your Black Friday order. We'll have it out to you soon. We had some excellent deals. Glad you were able to grab something. Yeah, Danny, again, grabbing some items. And looks like you picked up some of the ICM paint. That is good. Valeria would be happy to know that. She's pretty excited about their new line of paint. So I'll be interested to see how you like that. Let's see. Jeff J is in here tonight. How are you, buddy? The Japanese Zero from Border Models. That one, let's see. I've got me a list over here going of some of the things I figured that I would get asked about. That one has been released and it is on its way to us now. I've got a couple of shipments on the way from them. I don't know if it's going to be in December or January, but either way, it is on the way. It's been released, so that will be soon. Let's see. Mark, good to see you tonight, buddy. I saw your message about the Sydney, and I just got confirmation that Zero is in January, by the way, probably towards the middle to the end of the month. Mark, the Sydney from Flyhawk, I don't know. I'm not, I know about the kit, but I'm not familiar with the release schedule and the production schedule and when we're going to have them, basically. So I will have to look into that one. That one's just not one that I know off the top of my head, unfortunately. Let's see. Ken's with us tonight. Good to see you, buddy. And the Lawn Care Novice. Will we begin selling Humbrol paints? No, probably not. We've got some exciting news sometime down the road on some paints, but it will not include Humbrol, unfortunately. But like I always say, plans change around here daily, so I'm not going to say never, but it's not on the current to get list. Derek, good to see you tonight, and I'm apologizing that my camera keeps doing this. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I've been sitting down here uh, using the computer tonight, getting things ready, getting the slideshows ready, and the computer's just been doing really weird, wacky things all night. So hopefully we make it through the show. Let's see. Good to see you tonight, Ed. Uh, oh, goodness. Yeah. So that's always the guy when I go shopping at Lowe's, they don't appreciate my sense of humor. When I tell them who I am and ask for my discount and everything, it just they don't get it. They apparently I don't have a great sense of humor according to them. Let's see. And Ed, yes, Midwest Models. He has done the review on the Fletchers. He's a great guy. If you've not seen Midwest Models YouTube channel, go check him out. We've been becoming friends a little bit over the last few months, ever since getting into this Fletcher situation. So he's got some good reviews. You can go check those kits out. And Ed again, Neverland Victories. Those are they are finishing up production now, like maybe today. They're like literally finishing those up, and they are supposed to go on our next shipment, which would be that January, the end of January uh, thing. So that we're supposed to hear tomorrow whether it's going to make this container or not. It's that and a few other new releases. All these guys do this every year. They try to, and I've said this a few times before, that they try to get these things manufactured, and they want to get them to us and everybody else in time for Christmas and the end of the year and all that. But sometimes it's just not in the cards. But I should know by the end of the week whether that's going to make it for our January container. And if not, it'll definitely be in our February or beginning of March container. But we'll just have to wait and see what they tell us tomorrow. Rex, good to see you tonight. And oh, that was me in here in the chat early with you guys tonight. Who else do we got? Steven, good to see you tonight, buddy. He's got some Harbor Tugs and a Nike missile headed his way. Good deal. Get that out to you soon. Let's see. Good to see you tonight, Frank. And Ken is here. And Tom's back with us from the villages of the White Sands. And we did have a good Thanksgiving, Tom. Thanks for asking, and I hope you did as well. And Bill, yeah, we've got some nice models in the show and tell here in just a little bit. We'll jump into there. TD's ready to see what everybody's been working on. Wayne, let's go. Good to see you tonight, buddy. Up in Ohio, you've got some snow. Well, you know, snow for you is not the same as snow for me. It's kind of funny. Night before last, I was outside doing a few things, and it was late. And all of a sudden, I look up and there's snow falling from the ground or from the sky. And I'm like, "Oh, look, it's snowing!" And it was done about 2 or 3 minutes later. It's nothing. And that may be all we get this year. And you're sitting up there in 4 feet. So it would be nice to see that every now and again, but I don't think I would want to live in that. I don't know. Maybe I'd get used to it. Down here in Georgia, when that happens, like on a very rare occasion, and it's not ever usually 4 feet. When we start talking about 4 inches, everybody down here freaks out. They close the schools. It's kind of funny in a way, but uh, you guys up there probably laugh at us when you see the news channels about all the schools closing down and everything because of a few inches. Robert, how are you tonight, buddy? Every time I see your picture pop up there, I think about how behind on the door I am. I'll catch up to you one of these days. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. Tom got in on the Black Friday sale. Good deal. Good deal. Arnell coming to us out from the West Coast. Good to see you tonight, buddy. And Randy didn't get any models put in the show tonight, but that's all right. They'll always be next time. And Jason, buddy, sorry to hear about your heater. That is not cool. It's been, I know you're right up the road from us, and it's been cold here the last few days. So get that thing fixed and get back to the model table as quick as you can. Wes, good to see you tonight, buddy. Wayne just got a UPS shipment. You never know. Bet it's plastic. Good to see you tonight, Dave. Got snow up in your area as well. Good to see you, Kimberly. Hope you're having a good evening. Fred, yeah, that Fletcher Premium kit from Revell, it's a nice kit. Hey, Bill from Murfreesboro. Nice to see you tonight. Let's see. Mark's with us. Charles is here. Good to see you. Hey, Michael. We are well down here. Hope the same for you. Larry, good to see you tonight. Bon Chuckles from California. Good to see you, buddy. And Gordon coming to us from above the border up there. I bet you do have snow. Good to see you. And the way is here. We did have a great week. Been a busy week, but really good. Let's see. TJ's with us. How are you tonight, buddy? And Rusty. In the way. Yeah, the Hell March song, that, I like my computer games, and I don't get time to hardly play any of them anymore, but as a kid, man, I loved the Red Alert game, and that song is probably my favorite song from any video game. So why not use it for my intro, right? Hey, Fred, how are you, buddy? Good to see you tonight. And Lee Leibold's with us. How are you, Lee? And Lee says, thank you to all the customers who have been ordering the Squadron Signal artwork from him. The Don Greer paintings, the Lou Drindle paintings, the I don't know how to say his first name, Lee, Uwe Feist, however you say that. He's got a few different artists that have done some things. And Lee, I've got a whole nother round of paintings to add to the website, and I apologize, I haven't done that yet. We are just a little bit covered up with orders right now. But yeah, guys, anybody that's looking for or maybe you're not looking for because you didn't know it was available, but the artwork, the original paintings that were made for the Squadron Signal publications, Lee Leibold owns all of those, and we are slowly but surely listing them on the Squadron website, and you can buy those one-of-a-kind original paintings, and they look really, really good hanging on your model kit room wall. All right, Tommy, good to see you, and I'm going to fly through these a little bit more. I'll try to come back to some of the chats here in a minute. I want to show you a few things. I sent an email out about some pre-orders. I got some really cool stuff I want to show you before we jump into the show and tell. Hey, Frank, I appreciate that. We're having a good time for sure. Hey, Chris, good to see you tonight, buddy. Let's see. Yeah, patience. I appreciate your guys' patience when we get slammed like this doing these big sales. Like I said at the beginning of the show, maybe you weren't here yet. I got the best customers in the world, and I really appreciate y'all. Tim over on Facebook. How are you, buddy, over in Alabama? And Matt's with us, and Clint. And there's my brother, Jared. How are you, buddy? Mark's with us tonight. Let's see. 200 scale Yorktown class sold out. So this is how this goes at the end of the year. And in the end of the year, in our minds, how we consider the end of the year starts at Black Friday. And we pretty much sell what we sell, and the restocks really don't start coming back in till after the first of the year. You got the end of the year inventory tax and all that fun stuff. So we sell things down a little bit, and plus we're just, like I said earlier, the elves are running around crazy trying to load up Santa's sleigh. So yes, we will end up getting those 200 scale kits back in stock for sure. It just most likely won't be until January. There is a chance. I've got some on the way. There's a chance it'll show up the last week of December, but more than likely it'll be the first couple of weeks of January. Let's see. Hey, Chris, the Canon is looking the same as it has. And I guess if you're actually working on your 2 kits, you might beat me. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. I'm to the point now. I gotta get my paint. I know what I want to use for it, and I had to get a new airbrush compressor, and it just came in. So if I can get my hands on the paint that I want to use, maybe I can get back going again. Always an excuse with me, right? Hey, Danny. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. For sure, that going back to that ICM paint. And Matt Johnson got the P-51, the Spitfire with the Spitfires with the beer delivery kegs. That is just an interesting airplane to me. Jason, yeah, the flak baits are soon. That's one of the things I wanted to jump in to the website. Let me jump over here and I'll. Where is it at? All right, let's see. Well, we'll come back to that. That's what I wanted to show you. But the flak baits, they're going to be here. They're supposed to be here in a day or two. Actually, they just cleared customs. The F-35Cs from Tamiya, those are coming in. The 911 Porsche from Tamiya. We just got the bloody 100th from Edward. Those finally came in, so we've been getting those out the door this week. Lots of stuff finally showing up this week. It'll probably take us through next week to get them all shipped out because we've got those coming in on top of the Black Friday orders and everything. But check out some of these kits that have been announced. This one, this is really cool. So Edward's got a brand new tool P40E. This is going to be a dual pack. So you're getting 2 kits, 248 scale full kits in this box. And it's their Royal class. And if you hadn't looked into this thing yet and you like the P40s, check this out. They're just doing a really fantastic job. Of course, Edward's got all of their press releases and everything on it if you want even more information. But we're taking pre-orders on those. They are a limited release like all of Edward's Royal class kits seem to be. The deadline for ordering those has actually already passed. But we put our pre-order in for what we figured and hoped would be right. So go ahead and get those on order. This is another thing I wanted to show you that I think is kind of cool. So pig models, earlier they did this, the mine roller or the mine exploder as a standalone item that you could use and hook on the front of a Sherman tank. Well, now they have teamed up with Tasca, and they're using Tasca's tank. They're the plastic parts, and then of course they're the pig models mine roller, and you're able to get this thing all in one box. So this is kind of neat. Those are actually going to be here next week as well, supposedly. So that's kind of cool, something new. Let's see, mini art stuff that's showing up soon. Lots of that. This is one that a lot of people have been asking me about. These are a part of this middle to end of January container that I keep referring to tonight. This Otter kit from Gecko models, 35th scale, all new tooling. This is going to be a pretty interesting little kit. So if you've heard about this and you've been looking forward to us opening up for pre-orders, got them open up for pre-orders now. Go ahead and get yours in. We're the Great Wall models. Our first shipment is finally showing up, probably in about 2 weeks, I guess, 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to slowly but surely over the next few days start opening up the things for pre-order. This is not a new kit. It came out a few months ago, but we're doing pre-orders because we only have a certain amount of them coming. And then on top of that, they're actual new kits. They're 1/144 scale, like their C-130, and they've also got this Vickers Valiant. We're going to start finally having Great Wall Hobby on the website. So any of their new kits, you'll be able to pre-order those. Now, this is what you saw a minute ago pop up. This is really neat to me. So Takom is doing a new line of 32 scale planes. and they're calling it Takom Wings. Now, this that I'm showing you here is their big box. You get 3 kits. You get the 229A and the B, and then a 16 scale figure. They also offer these separately. Here, let me pull up a picture of them separately so you can see this, because I think this is really cool box art. Hold on, let me get this pulled up. All right, so here they are. This is the first one, 32001. So this is Takom, but they've got a new series that they're calling Takom Wings, which is kind of cool. This is going to be 32 scale kits, and these first two, this is the 32002. So it's the Horton, the HO2 29A and B. And these are really cool. This is, what is that? What is that? What the heck? All right. Hold on, guys. I gotta see what's going on.
Hello.
What is that? What the?
Hello. Hello, can you hear me? I do not have much time.
Dr. Modelstein?
It's Modelstein. Of course, it's me. How many employees do you currently have that are time traveling?
Time traveling? What are you talking about? I haven't heard from you in months. Where are you? And how the heck did you get here? You've interrupted my live show. Where are you right now?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but what you mindlessly do with your smartphone requires weeks of preparation in a warehouse full of wires, vacuum tubes, rudimentary circuits, and pickles. Not a simple task in 1944, I'm afraid, as pickles are not easy to come by these days.
Wait, did you say 1944? Okay, whatever. Do you have an update on what we hired you to do?
I do have some wonderful news for you, which is why I have chosen to interrupt your broadcast. That, and the simple fact that not only do we not have access to cell phones and the internet, you never return my calls or answer my emails anyway. I am pleased to announce that the initial tests of the Blauergrad 3D models has gone wonderfully.
Blauer? What? That is not what we're
Yes,
calling
Blauergrad.
it. Blue Ridge Models is...
That's what I just said. Ha!
No, it's not. You said Blauer something.
Ich kann nicht glauben, dass ich für jemanden arbeite, der kein Deutsch spricht.
You realize the subtitles show me what you're saying in German. And yes, I realize I don't speak German, but you speak English. So can we continue in English, please? So... we hired you to make some 3D parts, yes, but we also hired you to make some paint. Do you have some news about that?
I also have some wonderful news about the colors you wanted researched. I have gathered hundreds of color samples for all sorts of things, aircraft, tanks, and even ships. I hope you understand the suffering I endured to bring you these naval colors. I was terribly seasick and couldn't eat for days. Not even pickles.
And there you go with the pickles thing again. Okay, so you're telling me that you have time traveled to 1944 to make our new products as accurate as possible, and that you've been riding around with the Navy to, what, match the colors to the ship? You realize how that sounds, right? Oh, okay, well, whatever. You want to say that you're time traveling, you know, whatever works for your process over there, Doc. All right. How about the one color that I specifically said we need, like, as quick as possible? Got any updates on that one for me?
Ah, yes. Dunkelgrau for the Dora. I have the color perfectly matched, and I have applied it myself.
You've applied it yourself? You built a Dora model. Okay. No wonder I haven't heard from you in months. You've been trying to beat me to the punchline finishing a Dora kit, hadn't you? Oh my gosh.
No, I did not apply it to a model. I applied it to the real thing.
The real thing? The Dora railgun that was destroyed?
I'm a time traveler, remember? Which reminds me, you're going to have to time travel if you ever hope to finish that model. Ha!
Really? You too, huh? So you don't think I'm gonna finish the Dora, just like everybody else? Well, guess what? Send me some of that paint, why don't you, and we'll see. Look, besides the Blue Ridge stuff and the paint, we had some other things too. What about that?
I've also spent considerable amounts of time measuring all sorts of mechanical devices, especially tank tracks. I am confident that your customers will be very pleased with our future releases.
Measuring tank tracks, let me guess, in 1944 at the factory. Okay, whatever. Am I going to see you soon, or are you staying in 1944 doing whatever it is that you're doing?
Ah, yes. I will remain here for the time being, but I have other fellow scientists who will be reporting in and assisting with our ongoing projects.
Other scientists? I assume these are friends of yours from 1944? All right, can't wait to meet them.
I have one more thing to discuss. I must confess I am quite upset. When you brought me on board and told me I was going to be working remotely, I had no clue you meant time traveling. We will discuss this further upon my return here, Low. Until next week, auf Wiedersehen. I should have taken that job at the Volvo factory.
Where'd he go? Well, that cat's out of the bag. So that was Dr. Modelstein. And I guess you're going to be seeing him from time to time. He just said until next week. So hadn't talked to him in months. And here he is interrupting the show. So Dr. Modelstein was hired to help us with our 3D printed parts, the Blue Ridge Models parts. As you heard him say, we've got a whole line of tank tracks, 3D printed tank tracks in 35th scale. And like you heard him talking about, we have our own line of paint. These are acrylic paints. They're airbrush ready. And how can you get more accurate than he thinks he's going back in time? Whatever. But these colors are very accurate, and I'm extremely excited to share them with y'all. You just weren't supposed to hear about it yet. But thanks to Dr. Modelstein, that cat's out of the bag. So I guess we'll just sit around and wait to hear from him again one of these days. But all right, back to what I was saying. If we could focus on it, the Horton 229s are going to be awesome, and I'm excited about them. We're probably looking at that in the January release date again. So, oh man, let's yeah, that kind of threw me for a loop there. Well, let's jump into this show and tell, right? That's what we're here for, right? So let's see. All right. First up, got a good buddy of mine, Randy Van Dyke. This kind of matches the spirit of my my hat tonight, right? Oh, Christmas model. So Randy, he's an excellent figure painter. I just love anything he paints. He does a great job with it. And this is a bunch of heads. So it's kind of cool. I don't know what scale these are. They look about 1/5 scale or so. It looks like a little bit bigger than 1/6 scale, but maybe they're 1/6 scale. That's kind of cool. Get all your comic book characters to make a comic book Christmas tree model kit, whatever we're calling it. It's pretty neat. That's Spidey gingerbread man, or gingerbread house. All right, moving on to Danny Haney. This is his 350th scale Admiral Graf Spee, or Spee, however you want to say that. Maybe I should ask Dr. Modelstein. He can pronounce it for me. Artwalks, Wood Deck, and Easy Line is what he used to finish this out. Can't go wrong with an Artwalks deck. Kind of neat. At least for somebody like me, I cannot paint a deck worth a flip. Some of you guys probably can, but Artwalks works well for me. This is also Danny. This is his 35th scale Testers kit. That's an old kit. M24 Chaffee Light Tank. Looking pretty good. Let's see. What else has he got? Some more pictures of this. Okay. All right. So this is Danny's model room pictures I was referring to earlier. You can see his bottle of Mustang, P-51 Mustang hot sauce there. And looks like he's already gone through it. So hope you enjoyed that. And I also like your Squadron hat over in the other image. Got all sorts of Squadron goodies over there. That's very cool to see. And you got a nice setup there too. Got a lot of pictures of it. For anybody that wants to, when you're trying to come up with something to send in for the show and tell, I always like seeing the model spaces. It's good inspiration, at least for me. All right, great. Nice model space, Danny. All right, moving on to Roger Mines. And this is an X Plus kit. This is that 35th scale T-Rex from Jurassic Park. He's got the little Malcolm figure that he's chasing. Very cool, straight out of the scene from the movie. And X Plus does a nice kit. And Roger has done an excellent job with the build-up for sure. The X Plus dinosaurs that they're doing, they've got the T-Rex, the Spinosaurus, and a couple of the Velociraptors. And I think it's neat that they're doing them in 35th scale. And granted, like to me, it's got 35th scale dinosaurs, so it's not like it's a new scale for dinosaurs. But it's interesting to me because you could get really wacky and do some dinosaurs chasing some tanks or something in 35th scale. Oh man, me and crazy ideas. So that was the end of my first slide. So before I jump into the next slide, I got to jump over here in the chats and pick up where I dropped off because you guys were saying a few things while we were being interrupted by the doctor. Let's see. Yeah, see a bunch more of you. If I missed saying hello to anybody, I am sorry. Let's see, Chuck is here. Good to see you tonight. And David. Yeah, Clint, those F-35Cs, they are going to be to us any day now. But with the Black Friday backup, it'll probably be into next week before we get those out. Now, just so you know. But you'll probably get a tracking number emailed to you, I don't know, probably Friday. Yeah, same thing there, Trigger Treats. Rusty, that USS Pennsylvania, that is also a part of this end of January container that we've been referring to this evening. And, I read that chat and I was like, how do you know that? That's just because this is my brother Jared. He works with us up there and he's kind of in charge of all that kind of stuff. And he knows the deal about customs for sure. They can be your best friend or they can be your worst enemy, and it changes daily. Hey, Jose, good to see you tonight, buddy. All right. I'm just reading through these chats. I'm not going to pull every one of them up, but I enjoy seeing what you guys are saying. Fred, yeah, that P40 from Edward, pull the trigger quick, or the pin, and get them before they're gone. I'm pretty excited about it. I want to see what it looks like. Oh gosh, now I'm seeing all of your chats while we were being interrupted there. Oh man, yeah, we'll just have to see what the future holds with Dr. Modelstein. He's got a lot of good stuff cooking for us. We just got to see what the timing looks like on it. Hopefully, we'll have something to look at soon. Yeah, the way talking about Randy's figures, he does an excellent job on painting figureheads or the entire figures. So, all right. Awesome. Let's jump into this next one here. So this is James Alsop. He has, this is kind of cool. This is a little bit out of the ordinary, what we usually see around here. And when I say what we usually see, we generally have a lot of military models, which is great, but it's always cool to see something different. And this is certainly different and interesting. He's got a 72 scale artillery kit, a gladiators fight scene that he's done. So he's laser cut, and I'm assuming the artillery part of it is the figures, because he has laser cut a wood kit, woodland scenic trees, all that fun stuff for the diorama set up, and turned out really good. He said this is for his son's classroom. It was kind of neat. I like it a lot. So thank you for sharing this with us. All right. And let's see. And going back over to the chat real quick, Danny. Yeah, you are going to like the World War II ship colors. We've got a lot of good stuff. There'll be more information on the paint coming soon, but I'll just say you guys are going to like it. I think you're in for a treat. When you can buy something that actually is labeled 20B deck blue, instead of having to buy 2 or 3 different paints and mix them together and get the ratios right and all that stuff, just 20B deck blue right out of the bottle, straight into the airbrush. It's very easy to clean up. I can spray it in here. Doesn't bother me that bad. It doesn't bother me at all. And then when it dries, it's hard as a rock, just like an enamel. So you get the best of both worlds of an acrylic, of an enamel. You guys are going to like it. I'm looking forward to showing it off to you and letting you try some as soon as our Dr. Modelstein will get some to me. And Fred, no, they're airbrush ready, straight out of the bottle. No thinning, no flow improvers or any sort of things like that need to be added. Just squirt it in your airbrush and go. It works great. Let's jump back in here. So next we've got Derek Liker. He's got a smear kit, smur, however you want to say that, of a 48 scale Albatross D3. So you can read through his little notes here. I'll hit the highlights. He says the kit is not completely accurate. He had to do a lot of fitting, modifying, puttying, sanding, those types of fun things that we all know too well. Used acrylics, Vallejo, Tamiya paints. He says the upper wings did not line up very well. Lots of fit problems, I guess we'll say. He says it's not rigged because he got the upper wing to align, nothing else aligned. So he's, done all that. He says the base is actually one of the old Squadron resin products. He says he really likes it. It turned out well. And to your question in your email, Derek, about are we going to bring any of those back? You never know what the future holds, especially when we have a mad scientist running our production. All right, so here's some more pictures in color of his kit, and I think it turned out really good. I like these old planes with these light blue colors. It's always interesting to me. So he did a fantastic job on these. All right, and I don't know why. I can't read my words, and I apologize. But this is Kimberly. This is her work in progress, and I believe it was a Tamiya kit of a half-ton cargo truck, but I can't hardly read my words. I don't know why they are so light. But anyway, this is her work in progress, and we are looking forward to seeing this completed and painted and in one of our future show and tells, Kimberly. So get that thing finished up and send us the final results. Looking forward to seeing it. Derek, this is your 350th scale Kagero. And my PowerPoint presentations are doing its weird thing again, jumbling my words together. I got to get better at that. So he says this is a kit and an Edward set that he got from us. Thank you for the business, buddy. And let's see, he says he's happy with how it turned out. It looks great to me. Let's look at another picture of it. Awesome. Looking good. So next up is one of my personal favorite model kits. I've actually got one. You can see it right there. This is the Kitty Hawk Flying Flapjack. And Banks Haley has sent this one in to us. The X5 or the XF5U Flying Flapjack. Kitty Hawk makes this. It's 1/48 scale, and it's just a very cool kit. So glad to see one finished and painted up. All right. And looking over here in the chats, let's see. Yeah, you guys talking about the paint? Yeah, the cool thing about the paints is, Glenn, you're talking about the IDF blue. There's a lot of paints that are very close. It's not exact, but for the longest time, I used to use Tamiya's Field Blue. There's a lot of ways to get 20B deck blue. It's crazy to me that you can't just buy a bottle that says 20B deck blue. That's the right color, but with us, you'll be able to soon. And William, your U-boats are headed to the museum in New Orleans. That's awesome, buddy. It's very cool. Yeah, and great job on the World War I fighter. Yeah, all these kits we've been seeing so far are really, really nice. And Matt, you're right. Those IJN destroyers do look pretty fantastic. So let's move on. Banks has also done another themed model for the evening. And this is kind of cool. This is built out of a 24 scale Atlantis kit. They're a 1926 Mack EC Bulldog truck. And he says he scratch built the figures, which I guess that would be Santa Claus and his reindeer Rudolph. This is kind of cool. I like the Acme lump of coal box. Very cool. Awesome. Good job. Oh, and I need to make something clear real quick. So we are going to have our own line of paint that you are going to like very much, or at least I hope you are. But we are not dropping Tamiya, we are not dropping Vallejo, and we are not dropping ICM. We are still going to carry those full lines of paint. There's a little bit of room for everybody. I mean, heck, if you could see my model drawer, and I bet you yours is the same, I got a little bit of everything over there as far as paints go. So our paints will just go right in line with everything else. There's certainly some colors of ours that I'll probably end up using pretty much all the time. But those other brands are good too. So we are not dropping any of that stuff. Just throwing that out there so you know. All right, moving right on along. Banks Haley has also done this cool kit. This is a Hobby Boss kit. I remember when this came out years ago, I thought it was just a neat kit. So it's nice to see one built up. This is their high-speed tractor in 35th scale. Did a great job on that. Very cool, buddy. Nice job. Thanks for sharing that one. And let's see, the way is telling Kimberly to use Easy Line to rig that albatross, and I can agree with that. The Easy Line it is named correctly. It is very easy to use. If you've not tried it, Kimberly, we do sell it. It's very good stuff. They have different colors, black, white. They've got, I don't know my I don't know my World War I planes probably as well as you, considering you're building that stuff. But they've got blue, they've got green, they've got white, and they've got heavy and fine. Fine works really well for small scale ship models doing the rigging, but the bigger stuff is really nice for the aircraft. And this stuff, it comes on a spool, and you can kind of see a little bit of it there taped down. It's just really kind of, it's like elastic. It stretches, so it's pretty easy to use. It's really easy to use, actually. You might try it if you haven't. All right, moving right along, we've got John Sparty's 48 scale P-51D. This is the Louisiana Heat Wave. Got a couple of pictures of this to look at. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, that easy line stuff, going back to that for just a second while we stare at this nice Mustang, you can kind of imagine after I say this that it makes sense. The easy line was originally designed and developed to be used in model railroading to rig the power lines. If you've got a layout and you need to put power lines on your power poles, that's what they were using easy line for. And then one thing led to another, and they realized they can use it for airplanes. And then one day I realized, probably because one of you guys told me, that you can use it for ship models. So it's good stuff. All right, yeah, great job on this Mustang. All right, and next up we've got Buck Dean, and I tell you what, his wife actually has become a really good friend. Buck is a great friend too, but sometimes he's working, so his wife calls and orders model kits up for him, and she's one of the nicest ladies I know. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your business, and this is an excellent F100D that you've built up here. Buck says that he has used the Res Kit wheels, and he used the AK Interactive Extreme metal paint for the aluminum and the titanium colors. He also used the MRP and the AK Interactive paint markers. So that's kind of cool. And Aeromaster decals is what he went with to bring this thing to life. And he said this one ended up in a museum as well. So it's very cool how many of your guys' models end up in museums on display. You just do fantastic work. So honestly, these things belong in a museum. So great job on that, Buck. Thank you for sending it in. We got Tim here, Tim Jones. This is his 48 scale P-47D Thunderbolt that he has sent us in. Got just a couple pictures of this. So this is a nice job on this P-47. All right, and that gets us through our second set of slides. Fred says Easy Line bends and doesn't break when you bump it. That is true. Just make sure if you're using it on small scale ships that you don't pull it too tight or you'll bend your photo etch over. But the good thing is you don't have to pull it tight. It gets really, really tight without pulling it tight. So it works nicely. All right. So next up, we've got Frank Alcantara's 350th scale hood. So Frank's got a request, guys. So he says this is a straight out of the box build. This is an experiment for him because he is planning on doing a 1/200 scale hood, and he wants to do the 200 scale hood with all the bells and whistles and just super detail it and make it be kind of like a centerpiece for him. So he's practicing with this, wants to hone in his shipbuilding skills. So he is welcoming any comments or recommendations of things that might help him improve his ship modeling skills. So my comments and recommendations for you, Frank, are nothing specific to your model. It's more in lines of just just don't stop. Keep building them, and you pick things up along the way, for sure. So you're off to a great start here. And that 200 scale kit, you're going to have a lot more room to fit your fingers in between these little things, because it is a massive kit compared to this. Yeah, this is just a great job. And one of the other interesting things, once we get the ball rolling on our paint, the ship colors that we've got, we'll be able to offer specific paint sets for specific ships. Like this hood, for example, if you were curious, well, what paint do I need for the hood? I mean, we've got them, the AP 507 A and B. You just buy our hood set and you get everything in the box that you need. So it'll be cool. Now, one thing that I will say about your build when you move up to your 200 scale, and you know this already, you said this is an out of the box build, but the biggest difference is going to be when you get ready to put all that photo etch on. So if you really wanted to get your hands dirty and get practicing on that, get you some generic rails, and make sure you know your way around bending rails around the ship's edges and whatnot. And depending on what photo etch you get for your 200 scale kit, you can get them pre-cut, like the Pontos photo etch set, for example. All the rails in there, they're already cut to the right size for all the superstructure pieces and whatnot. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to seeing how your big one turns out. So, but great job on the 350 scale one for sure. And check out the what do you call it? The wood decks, the art walks, the wood decks. So the way was talking about here, his suggestion is a dark wash on the deck. If you go with a wood deck, you can do the same thing. A small amount of wash, a little goes a long way. Will show off the board seams better. It just depends on what you want, So, yep. And there's Frank right there. He says he's got the Pontos kit. Yeah. So grab you some generic rails or whatever, and just, if this is your first ship and you want to practice, throw some handrails on there, because the biggest thing when you start, I remember when I started doing handrails, the biggest aggravation is getting the right amount of glue and the right glue. So I like to use Kenny Loop's Gators grip for my handrails, but you can't use it 100%. Like for what I do at the front or wherever I'm starting, I put a little piece of a little dab of super glue to hold the front rail, and then I use this everywhere else, because this will dry clear. It doesn't make a big clump, but it doesn't dry immediately. So I always use a little bit of super glue to hold it in place while I work this around the rest of the ship. But getting the right amount of glue for photo etch rails really makes or breaks a ship build, because if you get too much glue and it's clumpy, you can see it, especially when you go to paint the rails. It looks bad, and you won't be happy. So practice your rails, practice doing your glue. I always like to use as little bit of glue as I can just to get the rail in place, let it dry overnight or whatever, and then come back and fill in after it's in place and it won't fall off anymore. I come back, I can use this stuff. I like using toothpicks to run the glue in the where it needs to go. So there's lots of ways to do it, but practice your handrails, because as much handrails that are going to be on that 200 scale kit, and in 200 scale they're rather large and very, very easy to see. that'll be your biggest, your biggest time consuming thing is getting your handrails all set up. So anyway, enough with that. Let's jump back in here because we've got James Robinette's 32 scale Sturmpanzer from Monogram. This is a older kit, the 1974 edition. So let's check this thing out. You've done a good job on this. Got some nice figures showing off on there. Nice. All right. Good deal. Looky there. There's one of my models. This is the 350th scale Fort Drum. I don't know if I've shown y'all this before. Maybe I have, but we had these on our sale this past weekend and got me thinking about it. So I pulled out my picture of mine, and it's a cool kit. I really enjoy that thing. I've got another one. I built this, I don't know, 12 years ago now, I guess. So I want to do another one and see if I can upgrade it just a little bit. I didn't mind the actual build of the ship, but I want to do a little bit better job applying the buildings to the deck. You can see the seam. Let's see. Yeah, there's that. You can kind of see the seam where the buildings sit on the concrete. There's just a few things, just personally for me, I want to do a little bit better job on. See if I can make the canvas cover on the mast parts here look a little bit more realistic. But it's not bad. Not bad at all. I was happy with it. I love that kit. Love the subject matter. All right, let's see. Get that one out of here. And let's move along to this one here. Now this, Bill Davis. Okay, get rid of that logo for a minute. So he sent in his own PowerPoint. So let's check it out. I hadn't even looked at it yet, Bill, so I'm seeing this for the first time as well. I just dropped it right into the show. Thanks for setting it up for me. So this is his 350th scale Lady Gulf from Flyhawk, based off of the Cowpens kit. He says it's great. Could not get the intimidation piping photo etch copyright, so not included. Had a few extras included. Okay, cool. So some of the parts out of the Flyhawk kit he couldn't get to work, so he went his own way. So got some stuff from HS Models. Got some 3D parts for the ship cameras. Very cool. Let's see what else you got. Very nice. I love how you've done the weathering on this. That is one thing that I've got to get better at. I don't usually, well, I say usually, I don't weather my ships because in my opinion, I'm terrible at it. So all of my ships look like they just came right off of the production line. But that's a great job. All right. Get that one out of here. Thank you for that. Got one slide left with just a few pictures. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm trying to get, as I keep doing these shows, I'm trying to get better with keeping up with y'all's chats, because I love the questions and love seeing what we got going on over here. Let's see. Tom, a new line of paints. Would you be interested in getting suggestions for colors? Well, sure. It's always helpful, but I will go ahead and say that there are already about 150 colors in the line. And when I say in the line, you will understand what I mean in the coming weeks. I don't want to let too many cats out of the bag. The big one's been let out, but we'll see. But yeah, we got a lot of good stuff planned, so we'll just see how it goes. And Matt pointed out something for your 200 scale hood. He says make sure to check your colors. The red hull needs to be Admiralty gray. So always something to look into. But like I said before, that's where our ship color sets will help you, because included in those sets will be a layout of what you need to paint, what color goes where, in general terms, that is. There you go. All right, so Michael, Fort Drum, is it a ship or is it an island fort? It's actually an island fort. It was out in Manila Bay, and it's still there today, actually. They leveled the island. However, they went about doing that, and they poured concrete all over it, formed it up, and turned it into what looks like a battleship. So its nickname became the Concrete Battleship, and it is still there today, and the turrets are still there, or what's left of them. They've been being scrapped for years and years and years, but I know the barbettes, the main turrets, are still there. The last picture I saw of it, I think like half of the barrels had been cut off, but it's still there. I don't suppose it'll ever go anywhere. All right. Let's see. Joseph, do we have any of the Fort Drums left? I believe we do. Let me see. Jump over. Yeah, we've got them. Looks like I got 8 left. So it's a cool kit. This is a guy named Wolfgang Kring. He built this back when we first had it, and his is way better than mine. So maybe when I do my next one, I can do it this good. But there's a good picture of it. So Wolfgang did an excellent job, and his actually got a write-up in a magazine over in Germany. I've got a copy of it around here somewhere. He went through the whole thing, how he put it together and whatnot. So it's cool. Big old chunk of resin, big photo etch set, and a bunch of resin parts. So it's a neat kit. It's very unique. We'll just say that. All right. Todd Huey, he has, let's see, this is going to be a 32nd scale ICM Revell PT-17 Cadet. So he says his dad flew the PT-17s. Okay. He says he was not able to totally resolve the decal silvering. Well, that's all right. Always room for improvement in model kits. That's at least what it is for me. You know, if something doesn't work out with this build, I learn from it and try to get better next time. But let's check out what you got on this. Oh, wow. This looks great. Yeah, that looks fantastic, buddy. Nice interior there. That's an interesting picture. Very cool. All right. Good deal. Moving on to Mark Crumry, his 48 scale CH-34. And I believe this is our last entry for the evening. So take it in, guys. This will be it until the next show and tell. Yeah, Mark, I always love seeing his models because of his the way he does his backdrops. Just makes it interesting. It's very cool. Yeah, these are pretty neat kits. They were originally offered as what is it? Is it gallery models? Yeah, gallery models, which of course is another branch in the long tree of the Trumpeter factory. So after they quit offering them that way, they boxed them up under the Trumpeter brand. But nonetheless, very nice kit, and you've done a fantastic job. Good deal. Well, that finishes up the show and tell portion of the evening. So thank you, guys, for sending all that in, guys and gals. Sorry, Kimberly. So looking forward to the next one. So here is something that I want to throw out at you. Do we like doing the show and tell every month? Or would we want to start doing it perhaps every other month? I don't mind doing it every month. I mean, you guys always seem to come up with stuff, but we can keep doing it every month, or do we do it every other month to where you have some more time to build some things and send the pictures in? If we do that, it's going to end up being a lot longer, but let me know what you think in the chat real quick. Let's just see, monthly or bi-monthly. What do you think? Let me know. So while you guys are telling me what you think about monthly or bi-monthly, the Way says the silvering came through loud and clear on the super small decals and had to paint between the big numbers to diminish the silvering. Yeah, I do the same kind of thing. I'll tell you what, though, and I think a couple weeks ago we were talking about this, but instead of trying to paint between the big numbers on top of the decal film, what I have started doing is cutting that clear decal film out, like completely with my X-Acto knife, cutting it out before I ever put them on there. That way, nothing can get trapped up under there. So you might give that a try sometime. Jeff Hearn's in here with us tonight. Good to see you, buddy. And you're right, that was an island turned into a fort. It's just an interesting thing. That we used to have a book on the Fort Drum, and actually when we first issued that kit, the kit came with a copy of the book. But the craziest thing about the Fort Drum, so in the model kit you saw the cage mast, and the cage mast is very cool on the kit, it works. But so when World War II started firing up over there in the Philippines, the Fort Drum all of the sudden became active duty, I guess you could say, and the cage mast was basically pushed over into the ocean because that turret, it couldn't fire behind. It needed to be able to fire all the way around. And so after they started using it, the Japanese basically took it. They took it over, and they had it in it at some point. And my memory is not up to speed on all the dates here, but at some point the Japanese took it over, and then the U.S. we came over to take it back, and I forget which I think it was a destroyer, but some U.S. warship went over and basically pumped the thing full of fuel, petroleum or whatever it was that they had. They pumped it full of gas basically, and backed up. Because all the Japanese were down in it, bunkering in. I mean, we couldn't board the thing because it's basically a fortified concrete bunker. They pumped that thing full of fuel and backed up and lit it, and it blew up. There's a picture of it exploding. I don't know how the thing is still there now, but it is. It's there. It's got holes blown all in it, but it's just an interesting subject. Let's see. All right. Well, you guys are saying monthly. Fred wants monthly. Monthly. Lots of monthlies. A couple of you guys say bi-monthly. Frank wants every 6 weeks. Man, if it were up to me and I had to give a model to have a show, I'd have to have like 6 months or 6 years. So I understand what you're saying, Frank. But yeah, I guess we'll keep it up with monthly. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I just want to, I don't want to do it just to do it. But if you guys are enjoying it, I love it. I really love it. So as long as you do too, we'll keep going. Now, I will say, let me look at the calendar. We probably do not need to do it the first Wednesday in January because that's the first. And if I had to guess, we are not even going to have a show on the first because about this time I will probably be somewhere with my wife and kids looking at fireworks. So why don't we say, I would say the 8th, but I'm going to be packing up to go to the Chattanooga IPMS model show. And then the 15th. All right, 15th. The 15th, January 15th will be January's show and tell. So that gives us an extra 2 weeks to get something done this time. So let's do that. January 15th will be January's show and tell. So let's put that on the calendar and get another round of good models to look at. So monthly is cool, or every 32 days in honor of 32 scale. You know, I've not built any 32 scale planes. I just hadn't. But that new HO 229 is probably going to get me into 32 scale. I love that subject, and it's very, very cool. And I'm just going to have to do it. That's true, Bill. That's true. Well, let's keep it going. Jeff, 6 decades for a Dora model finish. Well, according to Dr. Modelstein, I've got to be a time traveler like him to be able to finish a Dora. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Frank, we'll do a show and tell every time somebody completes a Dora. Well, so far with this crowd, that would have only been one time. Oh, man. David, off the top of my head, I don't know. Maybe send me an email and remind me to look into it. It sounds familiar, but I can't remember who was talking about it, but I don't know. I need to look at that and see. The way, are we going to have any meetings with the Chattanooga Model Show? So, the Chattanooga IPMS show, they do have a monthly meeting each month, and if you are interested in that, send me an email, and I can email you their information. Actually, I can do one better than that. Hold on. They have a website. Let me find it real quick. So here it is. Chattanooga Scale Modelers. Just Chattanooga Modelers. Sorry. ChattanoogaModelers.com. You can go to their website, and somewhere on here, I am sure they have information about their monthly meeting. Yeah, there it is. About us. There's where they meet, and you can get on their newsletter, and they call it the Plastic Whittler. And you can get their information each month. But as far as am I going to be involved in the shows, we're definitely going to be involved in the show. We're going to be a vendor there. We got a big space, and then I'm hoping to be able to be a little bit more involved with going to the meetings after the first of the year. Now that I live here, things finally got calmed down at the shop as far as getting settled in, and then Black Friday and the Christmas rush hit. So it's always something, but I'm looking forward to meeting up with those guys, with you guys. So it's going to be good. Tom, the warehouse is coming along great. We've got it for the most part. It's settled in enough to where we can conduct business. We got next stage will be the decoration stage, I guess you can say. You know, we got a bunch of stuff to put on the walls and just make it look neat. Then, of course, we've got to get the retail room, the storefront, if you will. We got to get that set up next. That's the biggest thing that we haven't done yet. And we're hoping to get that opened in January. So we got a lot to do between now and then. But yeah, it's going great. Once we get it all set up and I get my decorations set around so it looks like something, I'm going to do a full warehouse walkthrough and show you guys. I hope that you got to see the video that I posted last week in place of here, which ended up being earlier in the day than I had originally intended. But the video that my wife and kids did with me. We we had a lot of fun doing that, so they enjoyed it. It has been taken down from YouTube now because it was specifically a Black Friday commercial, and I don't need to be advertising those excellent deals we were running all year long. So, but they enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed doing it. So we're looking forward to doing more commercial type things like that. It's fun and we enjoy it. So you'll see that soon. But my point in saying that is hopefully you got to see that video. You got a little glimpse in the warehouse. But we'll have more warehouse videos coming at some point. James, the X Plus Red Sonja kit, yeah, they have had production problems with that. Basically what happened, if I understand correctly, and I may not, but if I understand correctly, they did the molds, they did the test shots, and then the guy that they were using to do the test build to make sure everything fit right, everything didn't fit right. So they had to go back and make some modifications. If I understand correctly, the second round of test shots were almost good enough. Well, not almost good enough. They were almost great, but there were still a couple of parts that needed a little bit more adjusting. So if I understanding the Japanese to English translations correctly, they are in their final stages of getting the mold ready to do the actual production. So we're probably at this point, we're probably looking at like March for that thing. We could get surprised, but it's definitely not going on this container for January. And now that I say that out loud, it's not going to that container. So it definitely won't be before March. Hopefully it'll be March, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'll know more about that as soon as they get the molds ready for production. They'll let me know. Let's see. Yeah, Fred, those would be great kits. Hopefully we'll see those down the line at some point. Bernard, thanks, buddy. We had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, I think I have a nice family. I'm glad you think so too. Charles wants a 32 scale C141. You know, we could make a huge wish list if maybe we'll do that one night. Just do a wish list and see all the things that we can come up with that we'd love to have models of. Fred wants to know if you're Bill Moore from Murfreesboro. And Fred, I think he is. I know Bill is in here. We might have more than one Bill, but if you're talking about this Bill, then yes, he is Bill Moore from Murfreesboro. And he's got an awesome armor Facebook page you guys need to check out. And speaking of that, I got a lot of buddies like Bill that have these modeling groups, and one of the things that I'm working on to roll out sometime next year is a page on our website that I'm probably going to call something like Our Friends. And anybody that we work with, it's not just going to be everybody under the sun that's got a group, but there's a few guys like Bill that we work with that have these groups or these forums or these whatever they are. And I want to link to them so you guys can know, because like Bill's group, there's a couple of ship forums and just all these different things that have really good resources for helping us build our models. And you guys need to know about them if you don't. So I'm working on a page on the website where you'll be able to see all that stuff, and I can link everybody up. How does my family feel about my slacking on the door? Well, my wife never figured I would finish it anyway, so it's all the same to her. Everybody at the shop, my brother and my dad, they always joke me it's the project that'll never get finished. But I don't know. We'll see. Heck, at this point, I can't finish it. It's obviously a running joke here on Wednesday nights. So what are we going to do if I actually do finish it, right? Jason, I've got a shipment of trumpeter stuff coming in. Probably it's going to be the end of December or beginning of January. a lot of stuff in it. I don't know right off the top of my head specifically if those are in it, but if they're not, they'll be in the next one, which will be here towards the end of February. So if you want to email me, I can look it up and let you know if they are coming in there. I'll be happy to put a back order in for you so you don't miss out. Yeah, Tom, a 32 scale B36. I have seen that request come up from time to time, and that would be crazy. But it would be so crazy I'd have to have one. There is a resin company, HPH, that makes one, and it's gigantic. They don't make very many of them. I think it's kind of a maybe even be a special order kind of thing, but they are massive. They do a B52 as well in that scale. It's large. Or is it that scale or is it 48 scale? It might be 48 scale. I might have misspoke. Either way, it's big. Yeah, Fred, the Forrestal class, that is one class that I can't believe it has not been done yet, but you got to believe it's on its way. We'll just have to wait and see when, but it's got to happen at some point. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap us up for the evening. Again, thank you for your business. Thank you for being here on Wednesday nights with me. I'm glad you like these things. And sorry that we got interrupted by Dr. Modelstein tonight. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what he's got in store for interrupting us again, since he claims to be back in 1944. Who knows? We'll see what the future holds with that. And hopefully he'll send me some of that paint so I can paint my Dora. And hopefully we can have something to look at really soon and see some of these new 3D products that we got going on. So we'll see. Guys, y'all take it easy, and I'll see you next Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. Have a good evening.